shit! No, he didn't. No, he didn't. You carry fella is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Where do you hear Santi, I beg? Was Santi here? How was Santi here? I didn't hear Santi.
What can I say when all these fine girls stay dancing over me, taking God's one me?
Obimo! Hey! Bro, you hear the drums? Stick it to bro! The Adekunle Gold album is available and ready to go. We're about to dive in. This is a very, very significant moment. FUJI, he has put out a statement exactly behind what FUJI means. He's trying to almost reclaim or push the genre, and the genre that we've grown to love, the genre that we've grown to like permeates the ecosystem of Nigerian music, contemporary music right now. And Adekunle Gold obviously has that very, very strong tie to it, and even from a personal standpoint, you can see him like obviously kick off his career by embracing a lot of his culture evolution over time. You've seen him be a lot more contemporary. You've seen it in the fashion statement. You've seen him in the overall branding and packaging. I'm excited to see what this album is going to look like. I've heard there are some surprises on the album. Okay, as far as the features goes, we have no features right now on the track list. The other list that we saw was apparently Fugazi. So we have a real one here, as we were going to hear the album. So without any further ado, let's get to spinning the album, man. This is the intro, man. Big Fish, let's get to it. Let's get to it.
You know I came into the game since 24. Go where them never seen before. Make up break and I made my decision.
What is that?
I enter, I want ya. On a day for traffic, sharing my CD from the Kwaja to Ikeja. Okay. I don't see a lot. I don't wanna go back to poverty.
Amen.
Do make it pass over me. Old money, new money, all money, now money. Go, come in. I don't have money, me lo show me here. Kapatia if I want to fake it, so that nothing to me, I'm fine. The person way don't suffer can tell. Then God they say water full my well. Aquada saburu magic in river, small fish finally the
Okay, TMXO production on that one. I like where we are getting off. I like how dramatic it was. Everything was live and robust when it comes to his vocals. The production too, you can see the little switch up from that cinematic intro to a little groove with like a little salsa-ish type of vibe with it. I'm here for it, but I'm here for the statement overall. Like, this is obviously an artist that we've gotten to witness for quite some time, and he's just here reminding us exactly the come up story, the the classic grass to grace energy, and just that aspirational messaging that you typically love to hear. And he's kicking off with that, man, and I love it so far. We're good. Anyway, man, let's get to the next track. Don Corleone. We're about to get party, man. We're about to party right now. We're just going off this side too. Let's share it, man. Let's share it. Fresh in the phone.
Said what I said, I'm the best, no competing. I don't talk.
Oh shit! Listen. That FUJI element. Listen, okay, that's what I love right now. I'm excited about how he's going to nerd out when it comes to his FUJI references, interpolations. I'm not too big on exact songs that he will be referencing, but I just know that he's going to bring that interpolation energy here. But another thing is the background vocals, that classic FUJI arrangements of being the lead singer, and you're hearing your background really comes to life. That's what we're hearing right now in the intro. I want to run that intro back again. Is that Simile? Listen. Okay, first intro. The verse. The effects I'm hearing on the vocals. We are thinking we're hearing Simile right there. But right now, there's a little bit of some rock energy coming with the guitar, the electric guitar coming there live on this record. I like the energy we're kicking off with this first 2 tracks, man.
Get up and dance to my new dimension. You know I'm a bad musician. I'm a style, boy, I'm this time not easy. Big feature, don't call it, don't follow original or
que je sois comme le tournesol qui tourne autour du soleil. Je suis moi-même le soleil.
Nah, listen, that record, electric openers. So far into this album, big statement, big dawn statement that Adekunle Gold is trying to make here, and I'm here for the energy. I'm tapping in. Take that pre-chorus, man. It's sick. Imagine flexing your wife's vocals on your song, bro. At this point, I should probably be mixing this too. We're still on a high from the intro. We are sequencing on that energy nicely so far. We're about to get into Bobo, which we already are familiar with. But we're gonna spin it real quick. In the context, it's matching the energy, so let's run it. Let's run the Bobo real quick, man. Let's go. You guys were 100 in the ball.
Been up on my song before replay. Confetti make the money spray. Daddy shoki lon yoga la la. Hey baby yeah jalala. See Bobo. You know no good sentiment in my 20% if I watch the illegal. I don't want laugh it.
Lolo.
The money exchanger. But holy, I'm a logo. Tight like Akakon. I fetch it shine like diamond. I put it drop like carnival. And they go like my t-shirt when I'm on billboard.
Money no they bring out happiness. Only anti-job. Adekunle jam Coco Money. Oh body oh my God. Now money be fine, Bobo. And they no see you
Alright. That was Nifkeys and Shay for me, man. And then we kick off into another single. Come on.
And it don't want to shit doggy. Misplaced party on the high sea. My money be like Coco Money. See now everything I go.
But the horns on this record, the horns, especially with that pre-chorus part. Nah, the chills I get from that, man. Money big like Coco Money. Alright man, that was fire. That was fire run of tracks that we're already familiar with. Even though we got our intro and got the second track that kicked things off. The next track now is called Believe. It's about to, obviously we see how the energy is either maybe changing from here or we're keeping the same energy, we're keeping the momentum. Shout out to Nifkeys. The run of those 2 singles is actually going, we can't understate it. He's also co-credited with Sheifumi. And Sheifumi, if you guys are aware, from Adekunle Gold's 49th Elements, or am I saying, yeah, 49th Elements band. Sheifumi has been the driver of many of his production, or many of his live instrumentation, like for his shows, and he has produced a lot for him, like even as far back as the Gold album, I think the Gold album, but definitely from about 30. So shout out to Sheifumi too. It's not like a producer like that, but he's more an instrumentalist. So I believe he's behind this. Next track, Believe, track 5. Let's go.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through.
Reminisce as I sit in my corner. Cause I me, have you seen what you done? I done the reason make I linked in a ton. I need your love in easy, come a dollar. Damn, I want to see your mama. See the family side where you come up. This your stamina, what mama? Now I know I can fly away.
Sorry, he dropped this snippet, right? He dropped this as a snippet on the album. just be on the build up, because I think I heard the intro, but I'm remembering that I heard this part too. So it's going for, you know what I mean, the Nigerian wedding industry there. This is a classic romantic atmosphere. The sample is a big Coco Money type spending. Coco Money type spending, man. It's a big boy samples. But hopefully that it's put to good use, which I'm hoping the record ends up being right here. But let's hear it.
Baby, we know they pretend. No, my feelings, he don't lie. I swear, I'm in love.
Oh yeah, you're right. You did drop
would you come for the weekend? I walk through the walls of your
easy to follow this.
My heart in my feet, he don't tire. Got me feeling like I know my own.
Okay, so we've started crossing off the love-centered romantic quotas on the album. It makes sense. I guess, yeah, when it comes to, I think I'm trying to pick up a fear. Like, I don't want it to be like a thing that you see see kind of carry on for the rest of the album. I mean, going from Coco Money, seeing the Bitch Better Have My Money sample there, and going into this Just the Two of Us one. I'm hoping it doesn't start to feel like a crutch for the album at some point. I'm hoping like that's not the thing that the album is, that I'm just going to blow out the budget and get as expensive samples as I can get, just in order for it to really like make something like noteworthy. I don't think he necessarily needs the sample, of course, like it's Adekunle gold at the end of the day. So I'm just hoping, I'm treading lightly just so we don't end up falling into that like crutch type of energy when it comes to the sampling. Overall, this is a very nice romantic atmosphere. I can definitely see it with in a wedding setting. It's targeting towards that headspace, and the overall chords and how it sits on the ear, it's nice. But overall, man, I'm still holding on and being wary about that approach to sampling on this one, because I don't think it felt all too necessary on this one. But overall, and at least over time, when I get back to this particular record, maybe you can have a much more different listen. But it's not a bad attempt on this one to really blend and gradualize that type of sample, like, you know what I mean. So it was still done tastefully regardless. But we'll see how it goes. All right, so let's get into track 6. Track 6 is called My Love Is the Same. Let's hear it, man. Let's go.
Mommy.
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 Life on the road, nobody knows. Struggle with my daisy. World on my shoulder, pressing me low. I'm missing the good times. We'll be a year fellow.
Real.
When I need some water when I need some fire. Oh, me so like desire.
Already, man, we're seeing a level of personality, or at least like, I mean, one thing about Adekunle Gold is going to document his life in his records. Obviously, this is, I mean, from the sample in the beginning, you can hear that his daughter is in the picture here, and he's now telling the story of how he has to go hustle. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for the honesty. I'm here for the drive that he's pouring into these records, at least from that aspirational standpoint. I'm legit for that, man. I'm legit for that. I love the messaging so far.
I just want to do better than my papa. I did with you, don't you worry. Baby, my love is the same. My baby, oh your man just a try be a better man. I hope you understand. Sure you don't see my dilemma. I pray for you daily, oh. If it's me, oh, day you go further. Give you everything, oh. Jail like say no tomorrow.
Guitar is okay. All right. Okay. Okay, that was sweet. That was sweet. You could have blown that up into a record of its own, to be honest. I'll be very honest. I'm more intrigued as to that part where we're just hearing the keys, because obviously this is a love letter. These are notes to his daughter Dija, so it makes sense. Like obviously it sounded like this was probably earlier days when she was younger, and they recorded, or at least was on the keys, just having a lot more like a family. Like a family intimate family moment. He was singing just it what feels like it's Oriki or just a natural way that your musically inclined parents would sing to the baby, and you can hear even Simi harmonize on that one. That was sweet. That was nice. I really would have loved to see that expand into its own song, but it was nice and tasteful for him to place it in here as at the end, especially when he said, "Hey, baby, is your daddy." I like when your music is reflecting your life in a lot of ways. Like it's beautiful, something that more contemporary pop artists should be doing and should be actually be inspired by real life, not just the generic, oh, let me sing about love type records. Sometimes reflect your actual life, on the record. So it's nice to see. But from a sonic standpoint, just from the hook itself, sentiment aside, I don't think I'm necessarily gravitating or running back to this one. I definitely was much more impressed towards the end with the sample that we got, or at least the snippet of the post. That felt intimate, that felt real, it felt natural and organic. So I just wanted to hear that more. But regardless, man, we're still in the love chapter of the album, it feels like, because the next track is called Love is in Action. Everything has been love centered since Believe so far. So let's get into this one, man. Love is in Action, track 7. Let's go.
Love is an action. Cause when I love so hard with passion.
Stipulation here. Okay. Few things here. One, interpolation of a very classic record. What you want to do for love. And obviously he's going back to the other conversation. I don't think this is not a sample. This is a slightly different. He's interpolating it. It feels a lot more natural coming from him. And we're also hearing some of the classic TMXO, like electronic effects and edges. I love when TMXO links up with Adekunle every time, man. There's always the personality coming out in the production once I hear TMXO is on this, and that's what is happening right now on the hook again.
I be a fool, shyly count blessings and tools. I know so much here to lose, but I'm ready to choose, ready to prove.
Oh, that's Black.
I know love's an extra, need my love and affection. With you, I know I do. Love, I want to give it. Yeah, I gotta give it.
This is the part. This is the crack. Production be punchy, especially when it has a little bit of a hip hop edge to it. It's fun, it's punchy of a bounce, and likewise is the hook as well. It's actually just making it a lot more, just for a much more eventful to tap into. And we got a surprise feature on that one, man. We got a surprise feature with Black on the hook. A little bit of it kind of loses me into the interpolation there. That segment with the interpolation, which is obviously has been positioned as the pre-chorus there. So it's a bit, it dragged for a little longer than it honestly should have. But regardless, when you get to the hook, it's all worthwhile once you hear that. Dun, dun, dun. Like I love those synths. I love the arrangement of the record, or at least of the hook itself. But not bad of a moment, man. We're sitting in the love-centered atmosphere so far, so we're here for it. Let's get into the next track now. Many People, track 8. Let's get into it. No, he didn't. You carry fella is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. My goat is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Many people say, let's go. Many. Hey. Many people say, hey. Okay.
All of my dark days are gone.
Okay.
Won't you make me strong? My money where they can go.
Okay.
And me must say now. We rolling in dollars, you want fatai. Dubai. Energy for body, madam. Okay. Money, many people. Many people. Good days are getting better. 1, 2, 3,
Wait, they didn't do the same again, but bro, there's too much. There's too much going on right now, bro. There's too much going on right now, bro. The little spin when he said Ejala na big fish or something, man. Listen, there's too much going on right now. I like the spin on this. The bounce is a little different. Obviously it's FUJI that we're here for. And none other than Yinka Ayefele captures that gospel FUJI energy from growing up Nigerian, I road trips. Yinka Ayefele is a staple. You know what I mean? He's a staple. So I love that he's somehow infused here, and I am gassed for this particular record, man. There's so much going on, bro. There's so much going on.
Good days are getting better. 1, 2, 3, Good days are getting better.
Okay. Eva.
This love is very special. My
this is a new vocal. Hey. Bro, you hear the drums? Take it into. Bro. Bro, Shina Peter's energy. That's Juju vibe, bro. Bro. Nah, man, I need to catch my breath after that one, bro. Nah, that one bust my head. Bro. What? From the intro, just that many people, I was like, no, he didn't. And then he now went inside and did a flip. Bro, shout out to Yinka Ayefele, man. A legend without, to say the least, bro. To say the least. You can definitely feel like he was able to pour new vocals into the record, bro. You can definitely hear that. But my goodness, I love how dynamic the drums were. They didn't just sit in one pocket. There were so many fun runs. There's so many fun spins that he tapped into it, man. And I was just here for that Afro Juju type drums that you hear from like Shina Peters back in the day. Like he always infused that towards the end, man. I felt like crack when he entered that record, man. Nah, that was cool. Yeah, the ad-libs in the back too. Nah, man, that was a fun record. That was a fun spin on many people, man. Like that moment from Yinka Ayefele, man. Goated moment from Yinka Adekunle, man. This is capturing the essence so far, man. As far as adapting FUJI and taking it to a different dimension, this record did that. This record definitely exemplifies that. Nah, if there is a statement that this album should be making, it should be making records like this. I need Feels on this album, bro. It feels like Feels needs to be here, because Feels is another artist too that has been having very strong like adventures into FUJI as well, especially in recent times. The Majo sample that he did with Ayuba. He recently was on Apple Music and he had Ayuba on. So I'm expecting Ayuba sample to be coming here very soon. That feels like a no-brainer. You already have Yinka Ayefele here so far. I'm expecting I don't know if we're going to get a Barista one. Maybe we'll hear the GOATs. We'll hear the Mount Rushmores of the FUJIs, I think we might. Maybe Saeed, my Oshuba might get in there. You never know. But bro, that was a fun record, man. That was top tier. That was top tier music right there. Anyway, man, let's get into the next track. You guys were of course 100% in the poll. What do you mean, man? Next track is Attack. Bro, you better be attacking this next one just to keep this high, man. I'm such on the high right now, man. Let's go. Next track, Attack. Whew, that record was stupid. Is this Molly?
Attack, I'm on fire. Give them 2 steps, give them. Do might in independent. Roll out, ash water pen. Alhamdulillah, muti jello. And I can't explain Musa Fejo, Nefe, she get aura. She just dey dance, they blow shisha. Big smoke, she skepta. Mugwa number. Guess who's coming to dinner?
She says, coming big smoke, she skepta. I like this flow by his entry right now, man. So far, the beat is very, very like grand. And it's carrying the entire song overall because we've not had a break from the beat so far, on the drums rather. So I'm here for this groove. We're hearing something Amare or Molly-esque in the intro there. But I'm liking where this is going. I like where this is going, man. Let's go. Yeah, this is Molly. Mavo! Kilo!
Mama, if you full of joy, I don't wait for your last bus stop. I go attack you for CC. She go to fetch my baby, she don't know. Me, I really see her for my dream.
Okay, this is dope. Kilo Way, man. This is probably like his first like A-list feature right now, man. This is fucking dope to see him on this type of record. Nah, that was nice. That was nice. Like, especially when he has the Kilo ad-lib, man. That was dope.
My baby, she don't know. Me, I really see her for my dream. Make it look behind me. It's your body believing. For me, I don't feel believe you.
Okay.
It ain't be like you mean. For money.
Okay, that was dope.
All the bodies with their screams and they got no share.
No more way for people. I mean, on paper, you ask yourself, what would Adekunle Gold and Mavo record sound like? I don't think you'd envision this. But I really fuck with it, man. I really fuck with it because it was definitely a lot more than Adekunle Gold, a lot more Afro-pop leaning type of headspace, especially with the drums, but slightly edgier thanks to the dramatic synths that you're hearing in the back end there, and this very, very subtle use of an Amare or Molly-esque type vocals. I think it's Molly. I remember seeing the feature list, but apparently that was a wrong list. But now it's starting to make sense because I don't remember seeing black. Maybe I saw black, but I don't remember seeing black on that one. But the Molly-esque vocals that was embedded into the hook to make it feel like an instrument as well was freaking cool as well. Just the overall arrangement of it was cool. It was fly. It was a fly way to tap into the new age. You know what I mean? Mavo being one of the new age, the new breakouts this year that has definitely has a lot of momentum going in. So I was here for it, man. I was here for it. But yeah, man. Where do you hear Santi? I beg. Was Santi here? How was Santi here? I didn't hear Santi. It was just a Mavo verse I got, bro. I could definitely hear the Mavo verse. Where is Santi in this record? Where?
For money.
First confess, you only with the best guys in the concert. All the bodies with their screams and they got no share.
Santi sounded very much like Adekunle Gold. Is it just me?
They go waste and they go boom. No time for Jabba chances. Call me up in the green and they play mantis. I've been praying so long, I've been waiting for this. But they Sunday had me just like say they give me monkeys.
Hey man, do you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Charlie Poppy on Escaladizi remix. You could hardly remember him being there. You know what I mean? Because he sounded like somebody else on the record. So it was way too short for Santi. And I don't know if Adekunle Gold was ad-libbing or backing him up there with the vocals. It sounded like Adekunle Gold too much to me, man. Like, I didn't even notice because I just thought Adekunle Gold was just taking the song back, you know? But yeah, man, shout out to Santi as well for tapping in. But I definitely would have loved to see I felt his presence on the record as opposed to like what felt very, very, in the background. But I like the beat, man. I like the energy of the record. He has this very, very, not quite amapiano really, but the bounce is kind of fun. It's edgy. You can't really pinpoint what exactly the sound is. And I love when I can like distinctly describe what the bounce is feeling like or what it reminds me of. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it regardless, man. I enjoyed it. And Only God Can Save Me on the next track. And mind you, if you know there's a feature on this, don't spoil it, I beg. Please.
I love you, my God.
Let's check the track, man.
Only God can save me. How do I look away when these fine girls want me?
You can definitely look away, Adekunle. You can definitely look away. You could, yeah, you could definitely look away.
Baby, you're such a beautiful liar. You get it love out to my plan.
Beautiful liar?
This equation no balance. Shiba. Don't cry me a river, just like the others. You're taking it too far. I get it, go keeper. I just want the winger. Life is for living. Something must kill a man. Baba Shama, show me. Baba Shama, show me. What can I say when all these fine girls stay dancing over me, taking what want me, they
Obimo!
want a piece of me, yeah.
Listen, these are two married men in the highest of fame and craze, obviously. So I guess if there's any two people that can relate to this level of pressure, I guess it would be both of them. Hey man, we're not about to get messy, but man, nah, this is apt, okay, to have Davido on this record so far, man. Let's get to
Who say love don't cost dating, never go market. This expensive dating pool got me spending like a fool.
wow.
You're looking for love, I'm the wrong one. Obimo, why me wrong? Me shitty pain, I'm not strong. I'm far gone. You know, Baba Shama, show me.
I'm here for the guitar though. Let's go.
Baba Shama, show me. Baba Shama, show me.
Again. All right, man. All right. This is kind of song where that clearly, like self-control is out of the window. You know, like it's not your fault. It's never your fault. It's never your fault, man. Nah, man, but for real, man, that was a fun record, obviously. Like, tongue-in-cheek, of course, like, when it comes to the pressures that they are facing with all the fine women around them. I like that line where he said something, how you, whoever is not seeing love has not gone to the market or something like that. I think it was the Davido line here. I like that line too. But overall, man, this was a very, very, very fitting feature for both of them. This is a song that obviously sonically it kind of situates you or brings it back home in a lot of ways. This is the type of soundscape that you see in a very radio-friendly Nigerian type of lean. For your mommies and your daddies, it feels wholesome. It feels very like you can play it to all ages. Forget what's being said on the record. The atmosphere just feels very, very like welcoming to everybody. Which is in stark contrast with the club-centered energy that they had with, not necessarily club, but they had with High, where they were like on drugs basically, and there was on the piano to the Havens, where it was like uplifting and just living in the debauchery, you know, of everything. But this has a different take on it. This is like saying. This is saying something else that we are seeing too much. We are seeing too much. There's a lot here that if you're in the position that we are in, it's a bit too much for anybody. But yeah, man, I love it from that standpoint. But regardless, man, the strings, the production, the arrangement of it, how simple the hook is and sing-alongable it is, very nice record, man. Very nice record to have Davido on. We've seen this thing where the features are hidden. You've seen it in Young Thug, you've seen it in the West. You see all those rappers do it. You see Metro Boomin doing it a lot. So it's nice to see that from a Nigerian point of view. That I don't think we've had anyone do this for us. So we're getting to the next track, man. Next track is Lailo, or we hear it, man.
Lailo, my customer, Lailo, you're one of Lailo. My baby love me and I love her too. I the reason, my chica too. Picture perfect, most wanted, Mona Lisa, beauty from the Louvre. You can take all my money, my joke. My money is your money, now so. Oh my God, your mommy. Over Sabi, back room on the so. Lailo,
Bro, I love this.
You're one of
I love everything about this. I love the pace that it has. I love the energy that it comes in with. It's very, very, very like, it's obviously it has the traditional like 5 beat pattern you're hearing, but obviously like you can see how it builds up in a very, very intimate sing-alongable and or at least call and response type of arrangement that really, really engages you. And I love the flow on the hook and how it's bigging up the woman in a lot of ways. The Bakurumok paper soul line too, like it's an anchor to hold on to. I love everything about this record, and it looks like we're about to transition into another part of the song that's about to go crazy. But overall, man, a nice pace, nice energy with this record, and it's working. Who's behind the production in this one? The Kazees. Shout out to the Kazees, bro. Shout out to the Kazees on that one. The bridge, or what felt like an attempt at a bridge or a refrain, slightly threw me off a bit, I'm not gonna lie. But that's very nitpicky of me, of course. Like, it's not necessarily going to take away from the record overall. Like, the record still stands out, I would say, from a pace and energy standpoint. I'm very, very, very engaged with this record. I think this is one of the more engaging records. Other ones have been fun, they've been dynamic in their own sense, but this one just stands out in a level of intimacy that I don't think he has actually even tapped into or even attempted to tap into on this record. Very sing-alongable, very, very like slow pace. You just want to like, yeah, it just feels the song carries you along, you know what I mean, as opposed to anything else. But that was not bad, man. That was not bad at all. I love that record. Lailo on this one. How you guys feel in the poll so far? 100 in the poll. I'm here for that, man. I mean, we're cooking, man. We're cooking. We're heading into the nice pockets, man. So far, they've been good records. Next record is Oba. Let's go. Let's hear that one.
Don't ask me nada, me only fed your love, Bashoni Prada. Just tryna make my mommy proud of me, and I wanna give my baby the best of me.
Okay, so far into the album so far, right? Like, I mean, so far into the album, 12 tracks in, I really maybe I'm nitpicking now again when it comes to this FUJI statement, right? How much of a FUJI presence have we gotten outside of? I think we kind of got it on Don Corleone, Bobo, Coco Money, and then Many People, which is like 4 out of 11 tracks so far. I can definitively say like, okay, there's strong infusion here of FUJI, but it doesn't feel like the focal point when it comes to his influences here, which is interesting to say the least. But I want to see where this one is going to go though. Interesting intro. It felt very, very. Yeah, it felt like on a different side when it came to that spirituality type of chants you're hearing. But I think it's about to get more traditional. But let's see how this one goes, man. It's cool.
If you did with apology, I'm sorry for you. Saving my energy, I'll keep the rest for me.
Feels like I'll kill some season like divisions on this one, on this type of record, or at least manager mode or something. There's something very Brazilian-esque that reminds me of the chants. They just feel very, very, very Brazil, or that very, very ancient Yoruba culture type of chant or folk energy with it, which it feels like he's hailing himself, he's bigging up himself so far. Good catch. Okay. Interesting record, man. Oba, which as someone pointed right now was a sample from a Brazilian record from the 60s, it looks like, called Me Que Nada. So I can definitely hear that in the chants, in the vintage aura of the vocals, which was essentially what became the hook of the song. So it definitely depended on that, which was still fun and in some sense to carry you along. But yeah, it's not a bad song per se. I don't think it necessarily had a big impression or had a big statement on me regardless. It still feels sing-alongable, but not necessarily to the extent of Lailo, the record before that. So yeah, man, I think it was a cool record. I think it was a decent statement of overall, and it's a nice use of something that ties Nigeria and the Brazil. Like obviously, if you know your history, transatlantic slave trade as well, tying us to Brazil. It kind of feels very, very natural to tap into a Brazil market when it comes to his choice of samples to use. So it makes sense in some aspects, you know. And obviously Oba means king in Yoruba, so it's like still tying into that, like that narrative, or one of the major themes on the album, to really exalt oneself and really like stand off as a confident and stand your ground type of attitude that Adekunle has been carrying on for quite a while, especially since as far back as Afropop. So yeah, man, that was a decent moment. We're about to get into the next track with this one. It's called, I thought it was Smile, but I'm reading it wrong. It was Simile, actually. Let's hear it. Simile. Let's see what it's saying on that record. Track 13. It sounds like Ire.
Now the chips are down and I don't know what to do.
Vintage AG on this
I'm
one.
at a crossroad. I'm out of my depth now. Show me where to go. I feel like a letdown. I hear a voice inside my head telling me, set my soul on fire, give my life a meaning. I need you now.
The strings, the exact same strings from Ire, man. Alright, Simile, and I'm sure that features a choir, one of the gospel choirs, maybe some essay or so. It sounds like a gospel song. Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. Okay, so there's a certain style, or there's a certain like format of music that just feels, and again, this is not an indictment on anyone that chooses to go this route, or but there's a certain style of music especially when say a South African choir is being used. There's a certain level of like shucking and jiving that I feel, okay, that's not how we use that phrase, but there's a certain level of like, okay, this doesn't necessarily feel as natural or organic, especially from a Nigerian standpoint. And obviously I tie it to songs like Wonderful from Burna Boy's catalog, a record that obviously just felt very like, oh, I'm playing the game. I'm trying to appease a certain, or at least uphold a certain image of what African music sounds and feels like, which in essence, yeah, it's noble to want to tap into more traditional sounds, especially in the context of very, very much more newer and contemporary sounds. I see that. But from a standpoint of someone that obviously growing up listening to Nigerian music and hearing artists take this route, especially with the eyes on us from the West now, it just feels like they're playing into that Disney image of African music. Not to say that that's like a bad thing, but sometimes it just feels like we're playing into it. You know what I mean? We're playing into it, and I can even liken it to my least favorite song on the last album from Adekunle, the record with Pharrell. Yeah, it just felt like that. It just kind of reminded me of that. It gave me that same feeling where it was like, yeah, it's beautiful. It's a nice nod to especially where he used to be, actually, in a lot of ways, especially in his vocal stylings. This is a lot more soulful, very E-Ray-esque, but E-Ray is as natural and as organic as it can get. That is, to me, is like a much more fitting, at least, imagery of a sound, as opposed to this one that feels kind of like an act. It feels like it's not necessarily as, I mean, yeah, like comparing this to E-Ray would be like, yeah, like that's exactly what I would mean in terms of the imagery that the song is presenting, and it just feels like it's kind of catering in some sense to a certain image of African music, right? But anyway, man, regardless, musicality wise, like, it's not bad. It's not a bad arrangement. Shout out to the choir. They harmonize beautifully. Like, it sounds angelic and all those things. But there's a part of me that's like, yeah, I can do without this. I can do it, especially in the context of Afro pop. Adekunle Gold. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm riding without too much. But anyway, man, that was Simile with that one. Let's get to the next track. We are track 14 of 15 records. We're about to finish the album. Let's get into this one, man. I'm Not Done. Track 14. I like that.
Is time moving faster? Or am I playing catch up? I got my eyes on the next one, always chasing more. When is it enough? Halfway there, so far gone. Hey, I'm not done. Half of my life in the rearview mirror. How come only mistakes get clearer? Do I have time to fix what I have broken? All those words I left unspoken. Oh, hey, I'm not done.
Okay. Adekunle Gold is not done, man. I like that from a variety standpoint when it comes to the soundscapes. Obviously, we're coming in from a soulful record. Now we're pouring into more ballad arenas. Shout out to whoever was on the keys. They sounded beautiful. I wouldn't be shocked if it's as like, what's that guy's name from, like, John Baptiste? Like, I won't be surprised if it's him on the keys or something, right? Because Adekunle Gold definitely has the link ups recently. So let me see who else is here. Robert Glasper, Bantu. Okay, so and we had some kids with the vocals in the back. Obviously, it seems very, 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 very intentional when it comes to the writing on this one. Of course, he's really, really drilling in the message that I was on this journey, and trust me, it's had one of the most phenomenal like stories to be a part of and paying attention. If you're going through his letters, like seeing how he has been putting out statements just to document his evolution as an artist. I think it's beautiful to witness where he is, and obviously he's kind of summing it down into that song by saying, yeah, job's not done, job's not finished. Remember that Kobe clip? There's this Kobe clip, job's not done, man, I'm not done. But I've been sick even through that Kobe sample in there, bro. But yeah, man, I'm here for it. Yeah, definitely feels like it's a big profile that he went with the production on this one. Robert Glasper, of course, Bantu, and I see some what feels like some essay names as well. Anyway, man, let's get into the last track, Obimo, which we are familiar with as well as a single. And then it closes out with that one, okay? Definitely felt like an outro with that record, and then this just feels like a bonus just to pull the credits down, just to say oh that boy, you know. And I'm here for it. Obimo, the last track. Let's get to it. Obimo was beautiful, man.
Loving you is primary, only you know plan B. Obimo, my baby, carry go. Obimo, Malia Wanga. Obimo, If I never see you, never let down, never let so. Isabella, give me one.
vocals. That was Obimo, man. Beautiful single that dropped, I think last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. This was the first single into the album, so it made sense. It made sense where we are at. That was it, ladies and gentlemen. The FUJI album, the 6th, correct me if I'm wrong, the 6th studio album from Adekunle Gold. What an act, man. What a top class act in the Nigerian music landscape overall. Adekunle Gold plays a special, or at least bears a special role when it comes to seeing how you can evolve and carry your fans along. I think his story obviously is still being told today, but yeah, man, I think it's amazing to see that he was being steadfast in terms of presenting music and being able to document it very well. Going into this album, we saw the title, we saw the energy it was coming with. It felt like the focal point was going to be FUJI. I definitely would love to see a lot more in terms of that, in terms of pointing us to FUJI in the elements. Maybe there's other instances, there's Terry Akbalad or there's other arenas around FUJI that you could have dabbled in, from Juju to Akbala, or to bring some actual samples. There's a lot of way that just felt like it wasn't really it wasn't all the way accomplished when it came to the FUJI direction. And not to say that the whole album has to be FUJI or FUJI influenced, but a good percentage to make it a statement for the album definitely would have been my biggest thing here. And there were some records that kind of had, like I said, the gimmicky directions or the gimmicky samples there, especially when it came to some of the love-centered records. Just the choice of selection of songs here that ended up being on the album definitely would have been some of my grievances with the album. But overall, I had a good time, man. I had a good time with Adekunle Gold. Still gets a nice follow-up to where he is with his discography. He has a very, very, very good one, especially since About 30, and I still hold About 30 high up there on my list for him. But regardless, man, it's been phenomenal to see him transition into that pop arena and be able to hold his own on that space. But as far as this one goes, definitely a nice follow-up. In terms of numbers, in terms of how I'm feeling right now, it seems like a 6.5 to a 7. It feels like I'm going to sit at a 7 for this one, for this first spin. But overall, man, I'm curious how you guys feel about this one and the album. It was a very, very pleasant listen. Definitely going to be coming back to a lot more records. Pleasant surprises with the features too. So it was nice, man. Nice, man, to see this one. Adekunle Gold's 6th studio album. Let me confirm that this is the 6th, right? This is the 6th studio album, because I was running up the numbers in my head and I'm like, yeah, this is number 6, from Gold to About 30, Afro Pop, if you're counting that. And yeah, Gold, About 30, Afro Pop, Catch Me If You Can, Tequila, Ever After, and then FUJI. Okay, man. All right, man. Appreciate you guys for tuning in so far.